Dear players, today I come to you as the last breath of a dying rainbow. Perhaps I was always just a mirage. It has been a couple of months since we received the massive loans. Now our investors are demanding payback on their terms. We are in a trap. But I beg you, as the Gamemaster, to help me change the course of history for my people.
Dear Rainbow, I empathize with your pain. You were once the symbol of a post-racial, rainbowist society that promised that social cohesion would lead to social justice and an equitable economy. But we know it's the other way around. And we know that the extraction of those who subsidize the rich and provide care economies are unsustainable. But there are also those who continue to organize local community fora. So we've decided that we're going to collectively default on your loan, but we cannot do it alone. What we know is that we have to build solidarity with those across the world, ensure that there's food security and food production locally, and map where there's surplus in resources so that everyone has sufficient food for our next action, which is to down our tools. This process will take weeks and months of planning, but once we have finally secured local food production and ensure there is no hunger, we do not work for a week. We ensure that we are campaigning together with unions, with grassroots movements, and with others like us. And we ensure that once we begin our protests, the world stops because we have stopped.
We should face the realities of state violence and corruption head-on and install a people's lockdown. The majority of South Africans should no longer be willing to work to enrich others. The only businesses that thrive should be those owned by the workers. People should stop paying any form of tax until the laws and policies dictating who owns the country's wealth is overhauled and the government is replaced with an unpaid and streamlined management team, free of political posturing and bureaucrats. The violent attentions of the crippled and increasingly fascist state will be focused on crushing the populist protests, while a small group of thinkers, growers and makers are busy off the radar. A low-tech network is being established across the borders of Southern Africa that is gradually extending. The revolution will not be surveilled.
Dear Rainbow, you painted a very dire situation, and firstly I want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you are fading and will soon disappear, but I also recognize that you weren't meant to last. You served your function on this earth and helped us reimagine a new democracy post-apartheid. However, the imagination you sparked was only temporary. I mean, no rainbow can hang in the sky forever. But while we are here, let's look at the crisis. The global neoliberal system that you, the rainbow, helped to prop up in South Africa didn't work. Regarding the loans, we won't pay. Who says you have to pay the money back? Let's scrap the debt and call this a gift to humanity. We need to respond to fear and xenophobia by using social media and digital storytelling tools. Storytelling through video is a great way to build some kind of relationship to those we don't know. Let's defund police, close prisons. We need to reimagine other rehabilitative models, and people have been doing this work and research. Regarding listening to those people, let's also visit Hangberg and Harpe and listen to the members of that community who used their own resources to build wooden homes, which were beautiful and served as more than shelter. Many of these houses were finally demolished by the city of Cape Town due to, long story short, the legacies of colonialism and land dispossession. Like the debts, we'll organize a rent strike. As my friend Marcelo says, why pay on rent on stolen land? Regarding the COVID crisis, we need to create communities of care, and no one who is at risk should work. And all employers should keep paying those employees who can't go to work. And this could be a way to restructure companies to a more horizontal payment structure. Dear Rainbow, I don't know what else to tell you, but we got it from here. Thank you for your service.
Namaste, Gamemasters. Because knowledge is power, we at Team Koi Life feel like access to information is the next essential step in dealing with the side effects of this pandemic on the people. Citizens are locked up and staring at their screens. We believe that the digital realm can be used to our advantage, to the advantage of all. It's a priority for citizens to be resourced with high-speed internet access and digital technological upgrades where necessary. Through a government-funded app, information gathering can allow for citizens to be ranked from a scale from 1 being in dire need of resources to 10 being comfortable in the time of corona. This way, the correct resources can be deployed to the most deserving citizens.
Council, hear me. We call on the elected officials to rein in the terror that the police and army are raining on the community. We call on the banks to write off profits for this year, as there has been no economic activity to pay back the loans. We are in a desperate situation, and profit shouldn't be over people. In our response, we must find ways to beneficiate the minerals that are beneath our ground. Oil has just been discovered off the coast of KZN, and we need to raise international investment and use the proceeds of selling that oil to establish a sovereign wealth fund, which will employ tens of thousands of people and pay them decent wages to fix and sustain our economy.
One, I will focus on rebuilding the Rainbow Nation using locally found solutions for various problems. I will engage the investors openly to negotiate low interest rates and also to make sure that where is needed, that the repayments periods are extended. I'll engage the mines and the ports to create zero carbon recovery plans and also explore processing and beneficiation of the mines to create new jobs and employment opportunities. I will work with police and the local policing forums to do the policing. I'll take out the army from the streets, put them in charge of food relief and aid. I will release everyone who was arrested during the lockdown for violation and put them in community work where they could assist with distribution of food and shelters and hospitals. I will also engage local communities to find innovative ways for housing. I will facilitate meetings between landlords and tenants to find appropriate win-win solutions. I will engage the government and all the stakeholders to make sure that there is access to land, redistribution of land, it's been made, access to productive energy for the people, and building worker and consumer cooperatives that will strengthen the communities themselves.
Dear Rainbow, these were problems we were born with. We are not the generation that will change humanity, but we are the generation that will pave the road for the generation that will. The quickest fix would be to take free will from humanity. It doesn't have to end like this. We won't make more debt. We will barter. We're just silently bartering back what's ours anyways. We say goodbye to our committees and bring in new ones with less power and more responsibility. We need to teach our history so everyone understands the culture of violence. To understand where we are going, we need to understand where we come from. No to xenophobia. They are our own. We need to do better. No to prison labor. We never had reform. Let them work for education and give them a second chance. Don't worry, Rainbow. With the rain comes new rainbows. We will embrace them like we did you.